everyone. Happy New Year. It's the year of the snake.
My year.
It's Hoken's year.
That's bad.
That's your year?
But, yeah, we got a lot to talk about, so let's get into it, right, DJ?
Yep.
All right. Where do you want to start? With last week's uncap? Or, and by last week, I mean it happened like freaking 4 days ago.
Let's start with Lucius.
All right, let's start with Lucius. All right, so
Lucius, and why does he work with Althea?
Yeah, so last week we reviewed Althea, and we were talking about how it's like, oh, some of this is with an asterisk because Lucius is gonna uncap in a few hours. Well, Lucius got his uncap, and your number one wish came true because here's White Fireblade, and it says remove one buff on it.
Let's go. It was like it only did like burn. No, it didn't even do burn. It did more damage, bonus damage against burn. It's like awesome. Now it has a D-spell. That's good.
All right, so here's
because
the
I think
thing.
like doesn't like normal Althea also have a good D-spell on his nuke?
Hey, we'll have to go back and check.
Yes, it was in his uncap of order. So they moved Althea used old Althea. Like
yeah, that's right. Old Althea has it.
But his current one, his dark one doesn't. So they gave Lucius it.
Got it. And so he does that. Here's the other thing, is that so the CA gives him a 1-turn cut to cooldowns, and a lot of these cooldowns are short anyway. They changed optimized speed so it specifically refers to damage skills because here's a skill for. And it is a real 12-turn cooldown. It can go down a little bit from him CAing, but it's not going to be like super cheated because it's 3 out of 12.
I mean, I feel like cheating 1 turn from CAs is really good.
It is, but it's not going to be like 3 out of 3 or anything like that. This is going to be like, in an ideal case, like 3 out of 8 or something.
Probably. The best thing is that because optimized speed used to not be able to be cheated either.
Mm-hmm.
Because now that you're CAing a lot more often, or not more often, but you actually get reduction from CAs.
Right.
It comes back faster.
Right. But we're going to go straight to this, the uncompromising efficiency. So it's like, for 3 turns, Lucius himself gets skill damage sup. He gets, whenever the next person in line uses a damage skill, he casts his skill 1. Which is crazy.
His D-spell.
Yeah.
And his supplemental skill damage by 50k.
Yeah. And then the next person in line gets CA specs and skill specs. And so the big feature...
50-30 on CA specs, 60-30 on skill specs. That's really good.
Yeah. And so the thing is that we have skill damage supplement on Lucius himself. But really the big feature is the 3 turns of whenever the next person in line presses a red button, he presses his red button. And so you get doubled up red buttons. And, Alethea can hit 5 red buttons on turn 1. Magisa can hit 5 red buttons on turn 1. I think Albert also is 5 on turn 1. Let me see. He goes 1, 2. Yeah, he also has 5 red skills on turn 1. So there's 3 different characters, and only one of them is limited. That all just lead to 5 extra white fire blades on turn 1.
Yeah, I like how this character has the supplemental damage, but he doesn't have like multi hits, except for Demon Crush gets 2 hits, but that's not the one that gets spammed.
Right.
But you're casting a lot of white fire blades.
Yeah, this is so fun. Like, it's super fun. Like, this is so much fun to press. It just created
video I watched with this actually. They would switch out the person in the third slot because they put Lucius second slot, and they would just keep swapping them out for the next person who has 5 buttons. Because he doesn't care who he's giving he gives a buff to. It just cares about who's in the third slot or the slot next to him.
That's so sick. That's hilarious. So he gets out like 15 white fire blades in a couple turns.
Yeah, it's really sick. Like, I think the Pride of the Ascendant version of like Cosmos just dies to this.
I love following Tomo GBF on Twitter. New Tomo video has dropped is like one of my favorite things with any new like of this kind of release. So anyway, I don't know about
this
you
is
guys.
level 100. Small things that also happen is that Demon Crush, the defense down goes from 30% to 40% now. It's pretty
higher max.
Higher maxes doesn't matter half the time, but it's noticeable when you are not running enough debuffs.
But yeah, like I'm super happy with this. It created a new kind of team, and that team's fun.
A lot of damage by just spamming skills.
Yeah. And I'm enjoying it. You know, I've been hitting. Oh yeah, Sebastian is also very good with this because he gets his skills back. He consumes each turn to end cooldown for damage skills. So instead of hitting them all on one turn, he hits 2 each turn. So he gets 6 over the course of those 3 turns.
Yeah, that's also a good option for if you're trying to do an extended fight.
It's so much. This is so much fun. I enjoy this so greatly.
Yeah, Lucia's good.
Good, fun. Like, it'll be nightmare viable because of the sheer amount of dispelling you're going to be doing. It's so good. Does Sebastian? Yep, Sebastian's nuke also dispels.
Look, if your nuke doesn't do a second effect, the nuke sucks.
I mean, yeah. I was just trying to remember which effect it had, and the remove one buff one on a refreshable one is pretty good.
Yeah, ideally you want to do this after you burn the opponent because then you have your actually Wi-Fi blade does 2 nukes. So that's fine. It's really good.
It's so fun. All right, that's Lucius. I give Lucius a big thumbs up, just in terms of like fun and gameplay loop. Next up, let's go over to the new characters. We got 3 new characters and a new summon. So we're gonna start with the simple
one from the events.
Yep. So here we're starting with the simple one. This is Mini Gabu. She got upgraded from SR to SSR. She's light now.
Yeah, it's a wind.
Yeah.
So she's no longer when's Light Fina, I guess. I don't know.
Light Fina is the SR Christmas one, right?
Does she have a Christmas? I don't even remember.
Yes, she has an SR Christmas version. Inventory characters. Hold on.
Oh yeah, she does.
SR Light Bow. Christmas Fina, right there. She has one of the more fun, art treatments of Christmas also. But anyway, so back to the Granblue. I actually have this Granblue. Let me go actually to the real version and not the...
I sparked it. I didn't see a single copy of this.
I haven't sparked yet. I'm sparking at the end of this, and I've gotten her as my only one of the raid ups so far. All right, so here's Mini Gobu. She's no longer so mini. She went through a growth spurt. It's all in the story. All right, so step 1. Her CA is her CA removes a debuff. So she's got clarity on her CA. She also gives herself a sparkle, and then at sparkle 3, this gives her blue buttons back. Sparkling
and
also
she has 2 of them.
And sparkle also gives her multi-attack and skill specs.
Let's see here. She gets 20% DA, 10% TA, 10% skill damage, 5% skill damage cap for each stack.
So 15% skill cap, and then how much is the multi-attack that she gets from herself?
It'll be 60-30.
60-30. That's not bad. And then grown-up vision. When a foe has any debuff, then a chance to deal light damage and a 5% amount to her meter. And
chance is 10% per debuff, so you can go 100% obviously.
But it doesn't scale the damage. The number of hits is based on sparkling, so it goes up to 4 hits. But I don't think it ever goes above 5 meter, does it?
It says number of activations.
Oh, it's number of activations. So she can get up to 20 meter a turn. Got it.
Yeah.
It's because they were tired.
Yeah. Note in Wiki, the in-game English description says that it's by number of hits. It's actually number of activations.
Got it. Okay. And then, so what do you get from actually hitting her blue buttons? Well, she's got local attack down and defense down. She's got
6 turns is really a long.
yeah, when it has a 7-turn cooldown, and by 7-turn we mean it's always up. It also dispels.
Also delays.
And yeah, dispels and delays.
That's
and
also just really good.
Here's so many shinies, which is a blue button that does 7 hits. What?
Yeah.
What's up?
I was about to talk about like the number of debuffs you get from just so many shinies.
3 debuffs based on sparkling. So after the first sparkling, you get 4, then 5, then 6.
It's so much, and here's the list, by the way.
So,
these are all these are 5 turns except for the last 3 on the list.
Yep.
50% DA down, 50% TA down.
Yep.
Debuff resistance.
Very
blind.
important one. Mm-hmm.
I lied. Petrified's only 3 turns. That'd be stupid if it was 5 turns.
Mm-hmm.
Charmed. Corrosion. Corrosion's here, guys.
Yep. Thanks, Fior.
30k supplemental damage.
And it stacks with Halmal, right? Like the summon Halmal? I think it was the list. I forget.
Probably? I don't know.
So anyway, you keep going.
2 turns of paralyze and 2 turns of sleep. Sleep's whatever, half the time. Yeah. Most of the time they wake up, like, immediately. But corrosion paralysis supplemental damage.
Mm-hmm. And she can extend.
Yeah, with more mage power.
Yeah.
Yeah, they decided to move that from Frau and finally give it to someone else, finally.
Yeah, so she has, basically, this is like 17 hits of nukes on turn 1, essentially. Because she, on her own, is 5 debuffs before you hit more mage power. And so that's actually the number that you need to get to 10 hits, right? Is 5?
Yes.
So, I mean, it's super simple, but she just does it a lot, and that's useful and fun.
Yeah, I like how skill 1 hits 1 foe, skill 2 hits every foe.
Oh, it's random foes, right?
The damage is random foes on skill 2.
Oh, it's all foes.
The debuffs are all foes.
Yeah, and more mage power looks at whoever has the most. This character's fun as hell.
Yeah, you can't cheat out more mage power, but that's whatever. It's 6 turns, and by 6 turns, that's at 100% on most of your debuffs.
Because what other character who's capable of this kind of like debuff spam in a single turn is like Aglavale.
Yeah, in light, yeah.
Yeah, and he's limited. Or there's like Horus, and she's limited. Who is a non-limited light character who can debuff like this? Your MC.
I was gonna say Urius, but he's
Summer, yeah. So it's a nice kit to have. Well, okay, you know who can debuff like this once is Toyan.
Yeah, that's fair. Does she take Toyan's spot? I don't know. I don't care. Maybe go Burr.
Yeah, she breaks debuff omens and does a lot of individual hits of damage. Toyan hits a lot harder, and
now she hits harder.
Yeah, but
also, yay! Maybe we'll get diet upgrade soon too. I don't know.
All right, but yeah, that's the quick overview of Mini Gobu. All right, we're gonna move on. Go ahead.
Hers supposed to be in studio next, right?
Yes, she's the next one in Granblue TV channel.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Right to left, we're going to Raphael next. People have waited a long time for Raphael, and I actually haven't looked.
Stringy boy.
He was busy being in arms by Nintendo. All right, so this is my first time going through the Raphael list for real, so I'll need your help on this one. So, all right.
He is a Primarch, so he has the Primarch ability.
So his Primarch ability is Smaragdos. So whenever any Wind Ally CAs, he gets a stack. When you get Chain Burst or Fated Chain, then he eats 8 Smaragdos to deal 10 hits of damage. This actually seems that's halfway a downside.
For Fated Chain, yes.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't know why they do it on Fated Chain instead of just only Yellow Burst, but
Like,
whatever.
yeah, because you don't want 10 hits of a
Of a low
of a nuke.
damage hit
Yeah,
nuke.
when you Fated Chain. That's weird.
The hits are 165k. You're wind, so you have access to LER speak very easily. So it's 365k.
Mm-hmm.
But still, you rather use your Fated Chain on big hits.
Yeah, because you're playing, wind, and you're going to, hit like Cal button or Saifon button and do gigantic chonky CAs, and you're gonna lose a bunch of those hits to Raphael. That's weird. That is weird. Sorry, we're gonna move on.
And that's like the main complaint I would have about this character. Really,
Mm-hmm.
is the fact that it activates on Fated Chain for no reason.
All right, so his Primarch buff is everybody gets charge gain for 5 turns, CA damage boosted, and CA cap boosted.
All right,
And
charge bar gain up is 30%.
mm-hmm.
CA damage is 30%. Cap up is only 10%. This is for 5 turns though.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
And
like the caveat. And
it's an 8-turn dodge all. It's an 8-turn CD dodge all.
Yeah,
So
it's pretty good. It's like super like available.
Mm-hmm. All right. So here's Roaming Cyclone. This is the Primarch buff. So what's Tempest Eudicium? It's everybody gets Chaser. Earth capped damage at 10k. That's the every Primarch has that. Dodge, and then
20%.
uplift.
20% dodge and normal 10% uplift, but because skill one's probably up.
Then it's 13. Okay. And the last thing is big ol' nuke. He puts on the Undaunted that his summon does. And he gives himself CA and CA reactivate, which gives him 2 Smaragdos, which also lets you get closer to Gale Burst to get those 8 hits, and then that CA. So the active CAing gives him 1. His own CA gives him 2. So hitting Wind 4 gives him 6 guaranteed.
Yep. I also double the spell.
And then Wind Attack to help boost Grimnir, because they usually do that now.
Yeah, all the Primarchs do that, if I remember correctly. I'm looking at his EMPs. I'm like, his EMPs are pretty good. It's a skill damage cap, CA damage cap, and charge bar speed.
Oh,
I forgot to go talk about Minigo boost of her 4 skill damage.
I was actually about to go back and do that because of this. Let's see here. Because it's so confusing. Because
it's like, you don't need that.
Especially since, do you remember when we were talking about going back to Lucius, what he has?
I don't remember what his is, other than his EMP skill is skill damage cap.
So, skill damage cap, skill damage cap, skill damage cap, skill damage cap, and then his support skill is the 5th skill damage cap.
Yeah, that's like way more useful than your skill damage itself.
He only wants to do one thing, and it's disgusting.
Yes, but Minigo, you're gonna hit your cap.
Yeah.
Very easily at that.
Yeah. I don't know what they were doing with that one, but I think it's funny.
We're gonna find out that Tina later has a mix of both, I guess. I don't know.
Dark Tina.
Yeah.
Or light Tina, actually.
Anyway. Raphael's pretty good.
Yeah. Given that he works with CA, then he has a team, like a set of teams that he slots into very well.
And if also you're missing, if you're doing CAs and you're missing 10 hits, Gale Burst.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Yeah, I'd say that my number one complaint with this character is why does he do 8 hits after you Fated Chain? That wastes a bunch of your Fated Chain.
It's not 8 hits, it's 10 hits.
That wastes half of your Fated Chain. All right. Now comes the complicated one. So here's the Snake. Actually, no, we should talk about his weapon. His weapon is also ridiculous. This is what they're doing now.
I don't like some things we do with these main hands sometimes.
So it's clear that they're starting the new chain of grand weapons to be main hands, and this one, when main weapon after normal attacks, then wind allies get attack, multi-attack, and stacking damage supplement. So you want to have a fist in your main hand, you normal attack. Well, there's an easy way to do that. Undaunted Cyclone. When you're it's the main weapon MC only. When you use any first slot skill, then the MC double strikes, gets Chaser, and it's specifically superior elemental damage Chaser, so it stacks with a lot of the other ones. And then boost to normal attack damage cap.
All for one turn. That you only need that one turn.
Yeah. Bonkers.
And then look at the CA.
What's the full version of the CA? Because I'm
Flurry.
only seeing. Oh,
Flurry 2 hits.
2-hit flurry, triple attacks, and then is there another thing on the 4-star version?
That is the 4-star version. You're looking at the 4-star version right now.
It is the 4-star version. Okay, got it.
Yeah, that's why it's plus.
Okay. Bonkers.
Yeah, flurry, double strike, superior element damage.
Well, welcome back to the game, Summer Korwa, I guess. Okay. Are we ready to talk about the snake?
Yeah, I'll talk about the character that people don't like for whatever reason.
It's so. Where do you walk me through this to take me on a trip?
Look at Tireless Spirit.
Tireless Spirit. Here, it's under Queen of Snakes, so she can't be poisoned. Yeah, okay, that's flavor.
Yeah, well, you actually find out the reason for that in story.
Right. Tireless Spirit effect to Indala at battle start. While in effect, she's debuff immune. She gets double red and double blue skills. She has, let me guess, 1 red, 1 blue? Yes. And then when it's over, she falls asleep.
Sleep is for 1 turn. It can't be removed except
by taking damage.
But you're already asleep by then, usually. However, when it applies, it's actually different because you can actually take a dot and it'll be remove it, which is funny.
Yeah, I've seen people doing funny things like, hey everybody, summon the Uni from side stories. It'll wake her up. It's like, okay, look.
I think the funnier interaction is the fact that when you, what's it called? When you specifically lower her health from balancing it.
With justice, yeah.
It counts.
Because it does light damage to you. So, how does she get Tireless Spirit back? So, she has to CA with...
Yeah, I like the note in the wiki. It can still be removed by taking more than 0 damage. So, a dot.
Right. And well, specifically, because one of the easiest dots to take is from Fedial Field, it means the Fedial Shield will stop her from waking up.
Yep. Unless, you just don't have the shield up.
Right. And it's relatively easy for that shield to fall off if you're actually in content where you're bringing Fedial.
Yeah, these bosses hurt.
Right, so anyway. Alright, so that's a good number of things to have while she has it, but when it's a bad thing to have when she loses it. So here's Gilded Heaven Strike. Her CA ends the cooldown for both her blue and her red skill, and it gives her a level of Scaled Up. And so Scaled Up at level 5 gives her, 12 turns of Tireless Spirit again?
Yeah, it gives her back her 12 turns. And technically 11 because it gives you the 12th on that turn.
I see, okay.
And then it falls down to 11.
So how does she lose Tireless Spirit?
12 turns.
12 turns pass? Okay. So you have 12 turns to get her to level 5.
Caveat, Venom and Vigor.
Venom and Vigor. Boost to everyone's skill specs, amplify, and she gets instant CA standby. It's on a short cooldown, but she loses 3 turns of Tireless Spirit.
It's kind of worth it, though, because let's see here. 50% skill damage up, 20% skill damage cap up, 10% skill damage amplified.
Okay, yeah.
And both her buttons, her debuff and her nuke, do skill damage.
All right. So basic gameplay loop is that you just spam 2 blue, 2 red, CA, do it again. 2 blue, 2 red, CA, CA more, get her tireless spirit back so she doesn't fall asleep, so you can just keep doing this.
Yep. Also to note, toxicosis is a thing.
So,
because she's Snake.
So, based on what you've told me so far, it really reminds me of Grand Charlotta. Because Charlotta does this too. CA,
Charlotta
hit 4 buttons. CA,
Charlotta
4
does
buttons.
this, but Charlotta also can only hit those extra buttons on turn 10 and beyond.
Right. She starts with this. Okay.
And to note that her things activate twice or double their attacks when Toxicosis is 7.
So how easy is it for her to get to Toxicosis 7? So she gets
very
2
easy.
of them. Okay. So when a Dark Ally uses a skill that raises a foe's Toxicosis, she gives them Snake Bit, which is a new thing. And it's an attack and defense and a supplement skill damage.
All right, here's the numbers for each stack of Snake Bit. It's permanent, by the way. 2% attack down, 2% defense down, and 10k skill supplemental. So it goes up to 20, 20, 100k.
So on hitting skill 1, that is 1, 2, 3. That's actually 4 debuffs. So she can do 8 debuffs in a turn. Really easily.
Very easily.
And then if it's Toxicosis 7 or above, then she actually does 16 debuffs. Is that right?
I'm not sure if raising a stack at maximum counts is a thing.
I think it counts as applying. That still applies it because it refreshes it.
And then yes, he hits debuff count very easily after CAing.
As a Europa player, it does matter a lot that it counts because Glaciate hits 10 very fast.
Yeah, other characters that can help her because it says allies.
Tanya, Azazel, Toga Himiko. Sorry, I'm a Tanya. I'm a Tanya fan, so I remember these things. It was at Magus. Okay.
Magus is the last one. Who this cooldown ends when she CAs.
So the thing that I'm seeing here is that you kind of you want to choose between Toxicosis and CA is more favored because she, with CAs, can be all the Toxicoses that you need. Is that about right?
Wait, what was that?
So she doesn't necessarily need any other character in the party to actually hit a Toxicosis button. She can actually provide it all by herself, and it's actually pretty fast.
Yes.
And so what you do is you want to feed her meter. Is that about right?
Yes, and look at skill 2.
10% boost to everybody's charge bars, and
you're double casting this.
You're double casting it.
So that's why the one video you linked earlier actually was Magus, her, and Uni, because Uni gives 20 meter on skill 1.
Right. But other than that, let's see. Like CA looping support in Dark is like Vicky.
Ooh, good.
I think Summer Vajra after she's built up some time. No, she doesn't directly do it. She does it indirectly.
Yeah, Hounding Focus it gives to everybody. Well, only after turn 10. But it's not bad.
But if I remember right, the Dark CA loops that we saw in like Super Ultimate Bahamut and stuff like that, they actually required an SR gun from the SR gun from the light novel.
It hits twice. It hits twice, not activates twice. But she double casts her nukes anyways.
So the last time I saw a full Dark CA loop, it required having a very specifically low amount of health, and the War Never Changes passive from the Eugen light novel.
The thing is that you can actually get away with that because of you can actually have your opus on that.
Mm-hmm.
Not your opus, your ultimate weapon on that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like Dark CA support is a little harder in terms of just like who gives meter. Like Fediel gives meter at the end of the turn. Uni gives meter every turn. Vicky passively provides
and
meter.
Also, don't forget, Uni also gives it. I believe she casts her skill 1 when she CAs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 20. You end the turn with 20 at least on everybody.
Mm-hmm. But like, yeah, I feel like this is waiting for like 1 or 2 more characters to just really pop off.
Maggie is like CAs like every turn, anyways.
Mm-hmm. Lich CAs every other turn. But the thing that I'm seeing here is basically...
I don't think you want Lich because in case you want to take a dot.
Oh yeah, huh? You don't want to heal from that dot.
Yeah, because you need to reduce your HP, not heal, in case of emergency of sleep.
Yeah. So basically, what I'm looking at here is that the character is good in a vacuum, but needs some support that isn't quite there yet, or is hard to get. Is that about?
Yeah, like
an assessment.
The team that we looked at was Magus and Uni. Is you're using 2 other limited characters, one of which is not available. Like, actually, no, both of which are not available at any time possible.
Right. It's no like Satyr or like who else is like a prominent CA looper, Hosselia. Like a character like that in Dark will really make this character sing, especially if that character happens to have
unfortunately, Satyr doesn't help her.
Yeah, this Satyr doesn't help her at all. Like those two, the Dark Satyr doesn't help her at all. Like the Earth
she does
Satyr.
not provide meter.
Or it's like, who's the Fire CA loop support? It's like, is it?
Well, one of them can be Mugen, who gives 30 meter, right, or 20 meter or something. You really just need someone to fill the Uni slot, really.
Yeah. And so it's like, this character's really close to being really good. Like, as it is right now, she breaks debuff omens for free. She breaks skill damage omens for free. She can very easily do well in a team that just gets you to a bunch of Fated Chain meter and FCs a lot. But, like, I don't necessarily
She's very meter hungry because of the fact that, like, even if you use Fediel, you're only getting 10 meter at the end of turn. It's still not enough.
And so it's like, I see the potential here, but and then we've seen her used.
I'm gonna keep using her.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna use her. Like this is gonna be how I'm gonna solo Super Baja as Dark. Because I mean, I was willing to hit freaking 60 buttons as Charlotta. I can do this again with Snake. I'm good with this. But she's a first part or a second part of a shell that doesn't have 3 characters quite yet. It feels like, unlike Lucius, who we instantly rattled off 3 partners for him, and only one of whom is limited.
Yeah, I think if like Venom and Vigor took like 1 less stack of Tireless Spirit to be like super doable.
Mm-hmm.
But unless you're, well, other than that, it's like you're still gonna probably sleep.
Yeah, because also like the Toxicosis text kind of feels like text that's only for her, because the characters that we named that have Toxicosis don't really work well with her specifically, because it's like Tanya's a dodge tank.
Magus works
that's true.
Everything.
Right.
Magus is a second slot because she gives herself meter.
Fair enough, but it's like Tanya doesn't help her. Like Tanya does her own thing. She's a hostility dodge tank and a delay machine. Like this Toxicosis is on a 6-turn cooldown. That's actually a 6-turn cooldown.
Yeah, Kubitan does not work because she does it on her CA. Toga also doesn't work because she does it on her CA.
Oh, so it's just Tanya and Azazel then? and Megas.
Magus.
Right. It goes back to Megas, who I don't have. So I don't have that part of that shell. All
I
right.
don't know. They've definitely done things where like they add things to characters they'll work with someone else.
Right. But as of right now, like, she's good, but she's not like I said, she's part of a team that it hasn't filled out yet.
Her best potential is too high requirements.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you said, you don't have Magus. Do you have Uni?
Nope.
Exactly. Not many people pulled for that character. I did.
So the thing is that my team for her is other than my super ultimate Bahamut team, is going to be like, it's just going to be a flavor team. It's going to be Dark Series Divine Generals. It's going to be Rat and Dog. Which, by the way, my hero Nemonade immediately made upon starting the pulling the character. So thanks, Nemonade. But yeah, I feel like the potential of the character is way higher, but it's not met right now. And we'll see what happens from here. Does that sound fair to you?
Yep. It's way more fair than like every other person's analysis. Where everyone else is like, "Oh, this character's trash."
Well, it depends on which quote unquote meta you're going for, right? People always talk about the meta. It's like, what meta are you going for? There's like 6 different metas in this game. Like, sure, she's not going to gold brick farm for you. She's not meant for that. Grand Charlotta also doesn't gold brick farm for you.
I don't know. People talk about metas, and I was just like, I just turn away. I'm like, I do not care about this conversation at all at this point.
That's the thing, is that people have to define what a meta is before they can talk about it. I talk about this all the time because it's just like, once again, everything has context. The context for the character is she does tons of debuffs and then DPT. And where do you need that? Hard modes,
Actually, we forgot to talk about Yado Nakami's second ability, where
there's
if
more.
the snake base at 10, when they do a Toxicosis ability, it removes 5 turns from a removable buff from a foe.
Huh.
See you at Unite Fight, folks.
True. This character was going to be a pretty strong Unite and Fight character, isn't she?
What they're probably going to do is that they're going to put like the boss is only going to have 4 buffs on itself, but they're really powerful. And so Halmel does not work. Because remember, Halmel needs specifically 5 buffs.
5 buffs to activate, yeah. But, if it's only 4 buffs, then who comes back? Cassius. And by that, I actually mean Lucius.
Cassius might be stunned.
Yeah, Lucius, though. Lucius and Alethea. Or Lucius and whoever, really. Lucius and Magisa, Lucius and... Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, the issue with the 5 turns cut is that it'll keep 1 turn.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to survive that 1 turn.
Yeah. So...
And sometimes that 1 turn is, they get 2 CA dots when they only have 2 C dots.
Like, I saw the game with grade for her, and so, like, it's another part where the grade and the letter grade don't agree, because it's like, hard mode, A or S, like full auto, A or S, like farming, sure, she's not very good at farming, and then like 9.5, very average character. I'm like, what?
Look, game where it's like they can't score below a certain amount.
And I still don't know what a criteria between 9.5 and 10 is. It's like
I ignore that and look at the letters.
Yeah, exactly. And the letters say that she's good.
She's not broken, so
she's
bad.
Yeah.
That's literally internet speak. If she's not the best, or she's bad.
Yeah, it's either peak or it's mid, right?
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of things that are going to be very good but also require a lot of context, here's Mom Dad. And this doesn't show you any of the stuff that's really, really good about Mom Dad. So I'm going to have to go over to Wiki one moment.
I can talk about this. So when you actually get to 4-star, which is the most important thing, you actually have a Soul Aura as well that gives you the Yearning Blue. Yearning Blue changes your first skill.
To Transcendent Blue. And it's an 11-hit nuke on a yellow skill, so it gets hit first because it's in the first position of the first character, guaranteed.
It does about 4 million damage, quote unquote. Please note 11 hits total, so it actually adds up to way more than that. And
Right.
with skill amps and stuff like that.
So my question, I actually have forgotten about this. When you hit it and it turns back to your normal skill 1, is your skill 1 on cooldown or off cooldown?
It's still available.
Okay, so you get to hit both. Okay. But
it'd be really bad otherwise.
Yeah, that's fair. And then when you hit that button, you get the following things. You get 20% attack on a unique mod. You get 30% defense. These things so far are whatever. 100% DA, 50% DA. Sure, whatever.
That's above something. I mean, that's above passive.
Yeah. And then 10% damage cap, 10% damage amp, and the power of the boundary, which is debuff success. And debuff success is also very important and good.
Yeah, that's 6 buffs on you right there.
It's 7. And you get 2 bites of this apple with an asterisk. 1 from having the sub aura, and 1 from actually casting it, summoning, and then having it transform again. And this is 5 turns each time.
This summon cannot be recalled, so it's a very good Yasuo target of do not hit the summon.
Right, and then the call itself also does 100k supplement
for your entire party for 1 turn.
Yeah.
You get double strike.
Mm-hmm. You get full HP and full debuff remove, so you get rewound to the beginning of the fight essentially. Thanks, Mom, Dad.
Yeah, with double strike, it's double strike's always sick.
Yeah. The use cases I've seen for this right now, this moment. Number 1, hitting that nuke can, with a cruelly cracked out grid, kill EX plus. And my thing about that is, so can hitting tag team.
Well, this one actually is more on skill damage than like actually hitting autos. Autos are way harder cap.
Right. The thing about that is that over the last year, they have proven that they actually want us to do less and less EX plus. They're just like, they want us to just, they don't want us to do as much meat. They're just phasing out first phase meat, and they want us to do the second meat, and that just, like, I'm doing less EX plus than ever right now, which is great for our style, right? Our style of the full auto 200, full auto 250. If you're going manual, then sure, you still want to do tons of EX plus, but that's not my game. I can't cover that in the same way. Another use that I've seen is that it's the new way of getting blue chest honors in Akasha in like in as little time as possible.
Yeah, hitting that nuke is like so good.
And then after that, the thing is that people are looking at it and going, because it's MC only, except for the call, and the call is either on a 9-turn lockout or you have it in the front spot. Then, like, it's really good, but the number of use cases for it is lower than the number of use cases for Beelzebub, for 000, for like Lucifer and Bahamut. And so it's like, is it necessary? No. Is it really good? Yes.
No, it's not necessary. It's
yeah.
Like one of the Providence series that is not necessary at all.
Yes. But like, I think that's a really good place for this to be in, Like,
yeah, we were already, there's 7 Providence series. You only have 6 slots in your summon grid. Well, 7 slots technically. But there's too much already in this summon grid already.
Yeah, like, I was watching, I think, Noah, the VTuber, and Noah was just like, yeah, so here are the 3 use cases for it, and most of these are for very advanced players. Is it as good as 000? No. Is it as good as Beelzebub?
also one of those dudes.
So it's like
Yeah,
it's a very good
a lot of
place
places
to
have
be.
cut Beelzebub because you have no space and you have another something you want to use.
It's either Beelzebub main or no Beelzebub in a lot of cases, or you desperately need your MC to triple attack, and so that's the reason Beelzebub is there.
That's why he's there in mine.
Yeah. So Oral is really good and really cool, and I also will set Oral Ajaya on my homepage because For You is a 6-song.
Yeah, I finished my Spark. This is the only thing. Well, no, I got 2 things of raid up for 4 Oral Jayas and a Raphael Fist.
Okay. All right, are we good?
I'm like, how did I get Oral Jaya? This is the lower rate of the raid up things.
Well, we'll see. But did we cover all of the stuff that I wanted to cover? No, we have the last thing, which is the Foslogia pages, right?
Yeah, from the event.
So here's the thing about Foslogia pages. There are up to 190 available per event. And the first 100 plus of them are very easy. And then the other ones are, you're basically, the way that I play this, I can get to Drawbox number 10 essentially by just doing the impossibles and nightmares with a little bit of extra. So it's relatively low, but low effort, high diligence that I can get every single page. But if you don't, then you can still get 100 plus of these things. So let's look at what you can use what you can actually buy with them. And so this is the thing, is that instead of Valor badges, which get you all the way to some of these things, let's take a look at, say, the Astral Weapon uncap set. So let's go take a look at some of this. Ooh, if I hit this, let's see here. So this comes with some Grand Order HL things, some Beelzebub things. Let's see here. What's in the
Which
ultimate?
one is this one for? The fifth uncap of Astral?
Yeah.
All right, it is 2 Abyssal Wings, 1 Damascus Crystal, 1 True Dragon's Golden Scale, 10 Azurite, Verdant Azurites, and then corresponding 15 6 Dragon items and 15 Astras of that element.
It saves you about a half hour of farm by doing a farm in here. The Beelzebub might be the highest.
It gives you Damascus Crystals, though.
The Damascus Crystals is actually significant. All right, here's the Forging Ultimate Weapon. And so this tells you in big red text, this is not enough to make the whole thing. There's 40 of these things, and you can buy 2 of them per event. So in 20 events, a year and a half, you can have, I think that's enough to actually forge all 10 of them, ? Actually, you can't make 10. You can make 8 right now, right?
This is Ultimate Weapon 5th?
Yeah, Ultimate Weapon Forge.
Ultimate Weapon Forge. Okay, let's see here. Because this gives you 5 legendary merits. 5 Centrums, 1 Primeval Horn, 2 Ultimate units, 2 Meteorites, 200 Quartz, 1 Urn, and 200 Weapon Stones. That's for forging.
And you need, what, 3 of those, 5 of those in order to make one?
I don't remember the math.
Yeah. But anyway, so the whole thing about this is that they want this to be something that just slowly accumulates over time, just like the single Ultima memory that's in the event honors rewards. And so
I do like the Ultimate Weapon 5th uncap set of 10 units, 10 merits, 2 memories, 5 shards, and 500 weapon stones.
Mm-hmm.
So if you aren't able to get into a super Baja, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, especially since we're getting a single memory per event now. If you go all the way to the hop, which you don't have to do, I think that this is a good thing to have accumulating over time, especially since if you don't want any of those things, here's rings and earrings, like the slightly improved earrings.
Yeah.
Feel free to use them on those. So I think the system is fine. It's just people need to read the fine print, which is difficult to show people.
Wait, people read?
Yeah, exactly. It just says in red, one of these isn't enough. You have to buy multiple. This helps. It doesn't give you the whole thing.
Yeah. Like you need 20 for a weapon and 7 for the weapons like on cap skill.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually not bad. But
Okay. All right. And that pretty much covers that. The rest of this stream is going to be me sparking. So how did yours go? You said you got double Oral Ajaya, but no mini Gobu?
It went horrible because I only got 1 Raphael and then 4 Oral Ajayas, and that's the only things to talk about.
You got 4 Oral... Oh, I forgot. I thought you got 2. No, it's
I got
our
one
crewmate
yesterday.
John who got double Oral Ajaya.
I got 1 yesterday. I rolled to 10 because in case I got the miraculous 200, I put myself at 100, and I got a second one in that one. And then I rolled 2 more today, and I'm like, well, I guess Dad Mom came home. Why can't actual Dad Mom come home? I immediately spent my grand ticket on that.
Yeah, well, there you go. You brought Dad Mom home. All right.
Well, my other thing is I also could have gotten Gabriel. But yeah. I like Dad Mom better.
All right, it's time for me to start my 170 rolls to get to this Spark DJ. Wish me luck.
I wish you luck, but I'll also look away because I might get sad. Because of my own rolls.
So on the first day of this, I got a 50 roll Muku Frenzy. It took 50 rolls before I got an SSR in Muku Frenzy. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, this is close to medicine. There was not even a single Bronze Moon. There were 2 carbuncles.
Carbuncles, my love.
My beloved carbuncles. Oh, second spot. It could be Dad Mom. Could be Dad Mom.
It could be Dad Mom.
It's not. It's ill not. It's the most not it could be, which is ill not.
Yeah, it was good, little dude. You're all little dudes to me.
It's like, wait, but I'm a girl, dude. What up, little dude?
It's like, thanks, Ildot. You don't discriminate. You're all dudes to her.
It's just like how everyone's a prince, right? A girl could be a prince. All right, here we go again. All right, here we go.
Dad Mom would be sad if you huffed paint.
Thor. I thought it was Zeus for a second. I could use Zeus. I can't use Thor. Okay.
We already maxed out on Thor, and we don't even use Thor anymore.
Yeah. Gonna skip through that. All right, here we go. Blom. All right. It's at the end. We're hitting skip. It's Raphael. I've got a farmer, so that's 1.
Nice.
That's 2 down. I've got a mini Gobu and a Raphael. 175. Here's a Silver Moon.
Which Bahama shot you're talking about? Because you could just if you're talking about like Super Baja, you just get ignore that part.
2 SSRs in this one. Dad Mom. No, it's a Taisai. I mean, I can't complain. Ugh. Yes!
I have 3, so I would complain. It was actually Dad Mom?
It's actually
nice.
Dad Mom. All right, hold on. We're playing for you now from this point on. Wait, we're watching the official Granblue Fantasy version. After I watch this ad, there we go. All right, I'm mostly happy. So now if I don't get anything else, I spark for the snake at the end.
Like, I remember getting 2 Abby axes in a row, and I'm like, why?
9th position. Dad Mom or 2. It's the Morigna.
Oh yeah, the character's Morigna.
95 left. It's at the end? I think this is Vite. It's Vite.
Amazons, yeah.
No complaints
Vite?
there. New
That's
character.
cool. Auto nukes.
All right. Dad Mom has definitely given me their blessing. Dad Mom. Nope, Bahamut. Close. Close. Wrong dragon.
Yeah, yeah.
Instructions unclear. Here, have Dad Dragon. Dad Mom really blessing me for this section. I should just have 4U on for all of these. Bride Jodo is that Nectar?
I assume so.
It's Nectar. It's Wind Nectar.
Yeah, specifically wind, not water.
Right. It would have flashed a new character if it was Water Nectar.
Oh, do you want to try the Korean version of Strong?
Oh, that was sad.
Strong Hero?
I can't complain after that last string of like 50 or so.
I'm not
Okay,
complaining
hold
about
on.
no moons.
Learn some music.
There was a single bronze moon in that one.
And 100 half elixirs and 100 soul berries.
That's from 250 rolls, sir. That's your pity berries.
Alt, first and 7th position. La Sylphide, which is, I believe, Sylph.
That is Sylph, because I remember grabbing that weapon.
Second, Raphael Fist.
And you got 2.
Cool. You have one less brick to use. It's not very good. The
35
problem I
to
have
go.
with these main hand weapons is that it gets really sad trying to get more.
Mm-hmm. So far, rate up has been fairly real. So, like I said, no complaints overall about this whole thing. Thanks, Dad Mom. Second position,
Dad Mom?
actual Zeus. I can use that. Not fake Zeus.
Not Zeus equivalent.
Zeus is the other bearded blonde white dude.
It's a 7.
It is his second fist.
$15 to go. Alright. Position is 3 and 4, so it's not Snake, but... And yet another dragon.
Do you have maxed out wilderness or no?
I'm missing one of them. I'm pretty sure I'm low on, like, Luo. 6 dragons. There it is. It's Galleon and Luo that I can use.
Oh, you already have maxed out wilderness.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So only Galleon and Luo are the ones I can use now. And I haven't used Sunlights on them. Alright. 5 singles, or do I just hit the 10?
5 singles. Say 5 of your rolls for next arc.
Alright. Yeah, this is 130 for next time? Yeah. Alright. Use my mobile coin singles.
I can't wait for Valentine's Day where they make a really good unit again and I can't get it this time.
Every year, man. Every year.
Yeah. It's just gonna feel worse because I actually can't roll for it this time.
Calling Valentine's Day on this year. They're
but it's another
rerunning.
Safon.
They're reloading, rerunning, whatchamacallit, Sweltering Eternal Getaway. It's his time.
It's what if it's Valentine's TN because they already have Satorina in the studio.
I'd be okay with that. She would be water. Probably.
Probably go with her brother.
Yeah. Alright. Well, I mean, like I said, I can't complain because look at this. I think I'm only missing Medusa? And is she even on this banner? She is.
Yeah.
So, you know, I can't complain.
I actually like reading through Snake's story. Also explains like why
And it
it's
ties
called
into
turns.
the Yamato story, is what I heard. All right,
Yes, it does.
let's
So,
take
yeah,
a look at something.
because she hears about another snake. Remember from when you did Yamato unlock?
Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Uh, 5 a.m. December 31st? No, 12 p.m. December 31st here. So 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8, because this is from this Lord of Flames here was for my grand ticket, so that doesn't count. So 17 SSR weapons.
Dad, Mom, Bahamut, Zeus, Thor, Wellness.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So
you're-
22. Like I said, no complaints, and especially since this Zeus immediately gets used.
Yeah, you're above rate.
Thanks, Dad, Mom.
No thanks for the Thor though.
Someday we'll have, I don't know, Thor. No, we won't have it. I don't know.
I want my debuff summon to do that's a one turn one use only to have anything else.
And you know what? We might as well do this. Ugh, where are you? Here you are. Spark Perk SSR draw. Ugh. Gold Moon me. It's fairy. Alright. Well, there you have it.
Dang, these you can grab from the old tickets.
Apparently so.
That's sad.
Alright. So, that's that. I look forward to using all of these new toys in the new year. I'm definitely going to do my Super Ultimate Bahamut Dark Solo with Snake. Who else is in
I'm
that?
trying to do the Cosmos thing right now. There's an issue with this. It's called I'm Not Primal.
Oh,
So I have way
you don't
less
have
defense.
less defense and less skill supplement, right? Well, because you have to use Agonize for yours.
I'm forced to use Agonize, and also I have less HP.
Yeah.
Because if I want to fit into the other weapons that actually give me skill supplemental.
Right, the Agastia stabs. Well, defensive Agastia stabs, I guess, but yeah, that's still tough.
I am bleeding.
Oof. All right, with that, good night, DJ. Good night, friends. Thanks for listening and watching me spark, and thanks, the real MVP of tonight.
Henry, please remember to cut the part of the spark out.
Or turn it into a separate video.
Yeah.
But the real MVP of tonight really was Dad Mom. Start playing Dad Mom song, immediately get like 5 straight rainbow crystals. Hell yeah.
Yeah, after getting nothing for the first ones.
That's definitely what you change the energy. That's how you do these things. Anyway, thanks again. Have a good night. Have a good new year, everyone.
Later.